Hello everyone and welcome back to Nomad Tarot's channel. I'm happy to see you here today. And today we're coming here with a very interesting question. Who you really are and what are your special traits or talents? So today we will find out what kind of person are you, what you've been hiding there inside for so many years, and what you need to know about yourself, okay? Who are you as a person? So as you can see, we have 5 sets of cards. The first one is crystal quartz, second one emerald, third one onyx, fourth one pink agate, and fifth one is the citrine. So you can pause the video now and think which stone you feel like choosing. Try to feel it. Let your intuition guide you. You can use your finger on the screen and see which stone calls you or where you feel the most of the heat coming out. That would be your option. So please pause the video, take a moment and choose. Okay, so let's start for the ones that have chosen this crystal quartz. What kind of person are you? What are you hiding? Let's see. The tarot card. So we've got 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the Lovers, Death, Knight of Cups, and as for Oracle cards, we've got Forgiveness and Lady of the Lake. Maybe I will leave them there so you can see all of them clear in front of you. Wow. So, well, the first kind of feeling that I'm getting in is the sacred angel. You are the sacred angel and your mission in this life is to teach, to love and to guide. First of all, I see that you accept people as they are and you feel them from the first sight who they really are, so you understand them very well. So it comes that sometimes people, they are hiding from themselves, but then you see their true self in them and you know, and they kind of seek for comfort in you because you give that comfort, because you are the loving person. Emotional, yes, but strong. You're like a mother or a father of all people, universe. You're naturally giving light. You could be actually working in social services, spirituality, psychology, even doing volunteer. You were born into this world to make it a better place. People listen to you. People seek for your advice. You might be even older for your age than you are, because you're always seeking for deeper meanings in this life. So might be that some people are not even understanding you, or for instance thoughts that you share or things that you think about, they are way more mature for your age. So you're like a really old spirit here because you hold that wisdom and knowledge that you only have, and this is something really yours, and people are amazed by you. They always ask for your advice. So you are here to guide them. You are here to teach them. You accept them unconditionally. Doesn't matter who the person is, whether he or she did something bad, wrong, whether they are hiding something. They want to come out. They are the outsiders. You are the one who are taking them under your shelter, and you protect them from this reality and you make them grow. You make people grow into something they were always dreaming about in growing into. You're naturally very emotional and you work based on emotions, okay? So you like to create, let's say, long-term partnerships and long-term friendships. You really value them, but you always accept people back even though they did something wrong to you. You are a true light worker and you are here to help people to become their better selves. You always believe in learning, so you think that learning is a milestone in your life, so you always read books. You try to educate yourself. You try to be an expert in your own area and to have a deeper understanding on other areas as well. You seek for answers in spirituality as well. You really do stand your ground, yourself, with a lot of self-respect and responsibility. You are the brave one. You are not afraid to face the dark emotions or to face the darker corners of this life. It's natural to you. You accept that as a natural transformation, because everything you see in this life is a transformation to you. So whether you are passing through a failure, relationship, anything that did not work out as you have expected in your life, you accept that as a natural cycle, and then you learn from your mistakes, from your failures. You do not let your failures to destroy you. You are actually born to have a karmic relationship. So whether you have already or you will have, you were born to be in a union. Okay, so there is a person in this life who is your other half, and you are karmically connected. So whether this person, again, is already in your life or will be, but definitely you will find each other sooner or later, because you were born to love and to give that unconditional love. Anyway, you will always keep on giving unconditional love and encouraging people and making them grow. But at the same time, your emotions, they will be based on your seed, and your seed is in another heart, and that another heart is something that is going to make a connection, which is going to give you a lot of power, and it's going to be a long-term relationship if it's not yet. Okay, so you were born to love. You are easily loved. People fall in love with you quite easily, not in terms of, let's say, physical love, but more love of your heart. You are so kind, you are so giving to people that it's impossible not to love you. It's impossible to get mad at you, because you just really spread that light into this life, you know. And your inner world is extremely beautiful. It's pure, it's raw. It's something that we are missing a lot in this world. And you are the one to spread that kindness to this world, and you have to show the world the other side. Not greediness, not egoism. It's all about the community and giving to each other. This is the way how we're gonna work and live together happily. You really give hope to people. Even though they are in their darkest hours, they really are mesmerized by your strength that you hold, your inner strength. They see you as an example for their lives as well. And they want to learn from you. Secretly, many people are admiring you, and they want to be like you, or at least they want to learn something from you, and they always think, oh, well, that person, oh, they think about you like their idol sometimes. But from good points, you know, from good views, they really love you, and they believe that you are, in most cases, their answer, and you can at least give a very valuable advice to them in any situation of life. So yes, it could be sometimes hard for you to make friends, for instance, because you are way more mature than you are for your age, and you might feel misunderstood. But don't let that affect you, because you were born here with a greater reason and purpose in this life. You are definitely a family member. Family is important to you. Family, kids, your own family, friendships that are working like family to you are important, and you protect them with all your strength. There is nothing that can break your family or your friends. You stand your ground for them. And if there is any situation where they need help, you always help them, and you always protect them from the bad. So this is something very special about you, that radiant light that you have. You were born naturally to be an angel, to save this world, or at least to make it a better place, to remove the dark clouds. And you're like a peak of light through those dark clouds, even though you're sensitive. You're sensitive, but you are emotionally strong. And even though sometimes you doubt that, there is always a part of you inside yourself that is never letting yourself down, that is never letting yourself to stop, because you understand that there are deeper, more important things than just that momentum, and you accept that, and you give. The giving power that you have is extremely amazing. I'm shocked. I feel like those vibrations are coming through me, and it's just so wonderful. You're a naturally talented person, so really use this for good. So that was the answer for the ones that have chosen the crystal quartz. Here is the second answer for the ones that have chosen this beautiful emerald stone. So what kind of person are you and what are your talents? Let's see. So first of all, the tarot cards. We've got Page of Wands, the Devil, Knight of Cups, sorry, it's King of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and as for Oracle, we've got the Hawk and Partnership. I will leave them there so you can see better. Wow, what a spread you've got in here. So basically the first idea that comes to my mind is a free spirit. Free spirit with natural gifts. So the passion drives you and you live in emotions as well. You make your decisions based on emotions, most of the times, or passion that you are feeling at that moment. You might seem a little bit reserved at first and only open to people who really gain and earn the trust. Okay, so only to the closest people. You are very sexy and attractive. I must say that because this screams, it just screams to me that kind of attractiveness that you have. So whether you are very masculine or very feminine, one of these powers and divine energies in you are very strong and very well, let's say, shown in this world. Very likely that you are either a water sign or at least someone with those a lot of watery traits and characteristic traits. So you might be, again, very emotional and very creative. Maybe even a Scorpio, something about that sexiness and emotional side, water side, might be a Scorpio, but you know, again, this is a general reading, so anything emotional, creative, passion-driven, a bit reserved, yes. So this is kind of your main vibe around you. So you trust people when they are worth of trusting them, okay? And you identify people very quickly, so whether they are fake or not, okay? You cut fake people off very fast because there is nothing worse for you than shadiness, fake people, fake emotions, fake happiness that people sometimes like to pretend. You spot those things on very fast and you truly know when someone is really who they think, they present, they are or not, okay? So you are the first ones to notice that. You value actually people over anything, okay? So people are the most important to you. So the relationships, the partnerships. For instance, money is not really important to you. It's something that is on the secondary level, so you care for money just to make your base, let's say, just to make your base covered, but you truly go deep into relationships, partnerships, and spirituality. You truly believe growing spiritually, and this is one of your priorities. So you have even some specific witch or psychic traits. So for instance, might be that you're feeling like reading people's minds, so you know what they think even though they don't say. You're naturally drawn to tarot cards, spirituality, witchcraft. Might be that you're not fully developed there yet, or you're choosing not to go with this path, but you definitely have some kind of interest in that at least. So astrology, or let's say numerology, horoscope, something at least, you know, you do believe in something, whether it's God, whether those are spirits, whether there is a higher power in this life. There is definitely something you believe in, and you believe that you should take a part in, let's say, creating that spiritual awareness in your life and the life of others. So long-term relationships are your key in relationships, so you truly choose closely the people you want to be with in your life, and when you choose them, they are for a lifetime. So you don't really like to jump from people to people. You value your friends, or probably your friends are from your childhood already, and when you make partners, let's say love partners, they are long-term ones, if not, you know, one long-term partner Look, you've got the King of Cups and Queen of Cups. So this is a sign of union, of that emotional balance that you have. In general, you're really emotionally balanced, though you do have Devil, which is a passion, which makes you extremely attractive. So you speak of feelings, your language is feelings, intuitive, and you're really deep in your words. It's hard for me to speak because I just feel that energy. You know, it's hard to transmit into words. This is something very unique that you've got. Your inner world is the most important to you. You try to protect your heart from anything. You try to protect from breaking, from bruising, from dark clouds. You are the one there who really cares a lot for inner world and for inner world of others. Though sometimes that you might fall for some fake patterns, let's say some kind of addictions might be your case. So for instance, you might be becoming obsessed by different things. So whether it's a diet or some kind of hoarding or psychological mood or state. Sometimes you just stay too much in that state. Sometimes for you it's easy to get obsessed with something or someone. So for instance, diet, I don't know, it's just an example. So you might get obsessed like for some certain diet and you follow it even though it's not really working for you, but you just follow because this is something you truly believe in. That's the thing. When you truly believe in something, you go there until the end. Sometimes it's not needed to go that deep because then you don't know how to get out of that state, but you definitely, when you do something, you do with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your body. Okay, so it might be good thing or a bad thing. So for instance, smoking or alcohol problems might be an issue sometimes for you because you're kind of easily addictive person. So you really like to find a comfort in addiction, whether we're talking about those things or people. So for instance, you might be attracting, let's say, some sort of type of relationships, and you kind of see that it continues and it continues and it continues because it's like forever going, you know, like I attract the same people all the time. And why? You ask yourself why. So there is like a closed pattern inside yourself that you keep on repeating, and it's because you are just becoming addicted to that situation or that kind of type of feeling or personality of someone or different people, you know. So this is something that for you is harder to break chains, you know, in that routine that you get into, and you're really let's say moved and guided by feelings. So if something makes you feel something, then you want to be with that person or with that thing as long as possible. So whether it's the activity that you're doing, so I don't know, sports, fashion, food, or a partner, friend, so you truly believe in them and you kind of get a little bit addicted to that, and you just want to know and be with that person more and more, even though not feeling that maybe, you know, you need to put a line somewhere and not to get involved too much into one thing. So this is definitely something very charming about you, because when you do something, you do it with the whole body and heart and spirit. And this is something that people are so finding it sexy about you, because, you know, when you have your head about something made up, then you just fall for that thing completely with all your passion and your emotions. And your love relationships are like that as well. You love fully. You love or hate fully. That's the thing, you know. You just don't have anything in between. And you can be an amazing lover or partner, or you can really make life impossible sometimes. So it really depends on other person and people that you are with. Okay, so but you truly believe that the inner world is something that you really need to nourish, and that something is absolutely beautiful. You have a beautiful inner world, which is, wow, it's just taking words away, and people, they just want to be with you. So yeah, it might happen that you might attract wrong people, not always good one, but also wrong people, because they just want to follow your passion, and your passion is a great deal to you. But also you are very psychic and witch-like, okay, because you do see those messages, you do see vibrations and energies, okay, so you truly know who is who right away. So for you, it's actually a good special talent that you have, which can help you to stop wrong people coming into your way. And you should really develop your psychic abilities if you feel like, you know, you're having something or some kind of interest and you feel like continuing that. This is definitely a path for you, because you could be a great talent there. Okay, so that was an answer for the ones that have chosen the emerald stone. So let's move on to the onyx option. So this is the answer for the ones that have chosen onyx. Who you really are and what are your special traits. Let's see tarot cards first. Okay, Ace of Swords, starting strong, strength. Wow, what a spread looks like, no? Let's see. Eight of Cups, 10 of Wands, the Magician, and as for Oracle with God, communication, and the King. Wow, this is a very strong and energetic spread. So first of all, the leader. Leader, leader, leader. You are a naturally born leader. So you are natural boss, you fight for human rights, not emotional type of person, not really. It's easy for you to cut people off if they are just not working or they are being fake or dishonest. Justice must be made for you. So justice is something that is very important. You are everywhere doing everything, okay? So you take responsibility for every single thing, whether it's small or big. So if you are in a team or in a group of people or in a family, you are the one who is the provider, who is the starting point, the one who makes an action and does things and really makes things happen. This could be also a burden to you, because you either not believe in people, so let's say you do not trust that they are capable of doing certain things, so therefore you take and do them yourself, or you feel that people might disappoint you. You are kind of a figure that doesn't need a support, okay, so you stand by your own, so kind of a loner figure in this sense, because you really do not need help from anyone and you always think that you can do everything by yourself, so you really neglect the help of others most of the times, because you're really strong yourself and you're like a natural leader. So there are actually very little people in this world who could be in your level and who could really give the support, the superior support that you need, because you're just so strong yourself. You're a very independent person as well, so you achieve everything by yourself. You really think that a personal approach is needed everywhere, and you are really action-based, so you truly believe that, you know, I have to do something, doesn't matter what, but I just have to keep on doing, because just sitting and waiting and thinking, oh, what if, it's never gonna happen. So you prefer to take action and do that. It's most likely that you are in a good job, or you will be soon landed in a good job or in the future. And it's very likely that you are doing better, let's say in this sense, than your friends, okay? So you might be already in a leadership position or a responsible position, or your grades are just better in school, at university, and you are always the one who really likes to be noticed. You want to be important as well. You like to feel recognized by, let's say, higher authorities, and you truly believe that you have to go up, and that you are really capable of that as well. So you're naturally kind of very charming person who has a lot of fire energy inside, and someone who is really passionate about his or her own future and career. This is something very important to you. You're a highly intellectual person, so the intellect is something very important to you, and you constantly feel like you need to be challenged, okay? So you're naturally kind of very charming person who has a lot of fire energy inside, and someone who is really passionate about his or her own future and career. This is something very important to you. You're a highly intellectual person, so the intellect is something very important to you, and you constantly feel like you need to be challenged, okay? So you need a new challenge, especially for your minds, okay? So, and your intellectual abilities. You find simple things just too boring and you just want something more because you know that you can get to something more. So this is definitely a leader's position. You are, or you will be, you know, responsible for a team of people or by yourself, freelancer, because the Magician is here, so could be a freelancer type of job. You're really well with communication with people, so you truly express your thoughts and your phrases very well. You're really articulate and people understand what you get. You speak of facts, okay, and you're always very results driven. So could be that you are in a team of friends or in a team at university or your job, and you're always the one with ideas and you're always the first to make the step forward and to make a change. You're not afraid of changes. This is something that is really natural to you, and you taking risks if needed. You calculate them well, okay? This is not the spontaneous type of person. You really do calculate everything and make long-term plans for everything in your life, okay? So that's very important to you, and there is nothing that can break you. Again, this is something super important, and it's just screaming from this spread. There is nothing that can break you. You do not get involved into emotional chaos. You really cut that thing off, you know, you just truly trust your methods rather than, you know, the emotion or the passion that might come in that moment. You know, it just rarely happens to you. You're the logical one, okay? And this is something that is saving you. So you're really good, let's say, with calculations, with ruling, with leading people, and actually getting out of any difficult situations. So you're always the one who finds the way. Even though it feels like there is no way, you will find a way quite easily. And also you make friends and partnerships quite easily. Maybe you are even getting jobs quite easily. If you feel stuck in a situation or something, you just move away, and this is something, the approach that you should continue in your life, because if something is just not working, you see that you cannot grow, you have to move on, because you are a person really oriented into the growth, and that growth is really financially based and very, let's say, power-based. So your masculine energy is way more stronger than your feminine one. So whether you're a male or a female, you have the masculine energy, right? So you're the one who is the keeper. You're always protecting, you're always taking the step, and you really attract powerful people into your life. You're really affluent, okay? So you gain charm and interest from both sexes quite a lot, so with respect and interest. You are making sure that your dreams are coming true. You just don't dream. You set yourself a plan and you go for it, and there is nothing that can stop you or break you, and no one as well. People are sometimes scared of you because you're very strong. You have that very strong personality. You're quite easy, actually. I mean, if people are treating you well, and you feel that they are worth of your time, you treat them well as well, and you show, you know, that you can be a great partner in their lives. But they have to be, you know, on your level, because if not, then there is no point of wasting time for you. You really want to be with someone who can provide you, and you can share with that someone special power that you've got, and you truly want to be surrounded by great and people who really believe and they know what they want from this life, not just, you know, wishy-washy thing type of people. You just really, you know, want to make sure that you're making the best out of this life, and this is the wonderful thing that you've got, because you're going to go very far in this life if you're not already doing that. So this is a very strong spread, definitely a leader's spread, and there is nothing that can break you. So congratulations, you have earned that yourself. So that was the answer for the ones that have chosen the onyx stone. Okay, here is the fourth option for the ones that have chosen the pink agate stone. So let's see what is your answer, who you truly are, and what are your secret traits. Let's see. Oh, okay, the Tower, the Moon, Nine of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and as for Oracle with God, Death and Protection. Wow. You know, well, the first kind of information that I'm getting is femme fatale, or even a little bit psychic. Darker side is in here, okay? this is definitely, I'm feeling that. So you are naturally very mysterious. You like secrets, the unknown. You're naturally gifted with psychic abilities. Okay, so this is something that you already know, or you will be discovering that in your future life. Okay, it feels like that you are kind of a modern witch stuck in the modern body. Okay, so you try to act as you are, as society wants you to be, but deep inside you know that you are not that, and you try to fight that off. Okay, you long for freedom as well, the connection with the universe and the nature. Natural cycles of life is something that you live for and you get your power from. So you truly have your sacred space, which you always protect. So for you, your me time, alone time, you know, yourself, you're always protecting it, because you truly like to have sacred space. So maybe it's your home or your little corner of the house, but that is only yours and you truly protect it. And this is where you really recover and feel like, you know, this is where I can get recharged. Actually, you're more like of a loner type. You're okay of being alone actually, and you only allow people who are worth to enter your life, and most of the times they're also outsiders or different than you, so you do not get along with, let's say, modern trends, social trends. You try to avoid them, break them, because you truly want to see the raw part of each thing. So you truly want to discover, you know, what's behind all those lies, fakeness, and you know what people are doing. You just really want to understand the real actions. You fight for your rights, so that inner voice that you have is very strong, and you truly listen to that. There is kind of a thing I'm feeling here as well. You might be slightly depressed sometimes, or have like anxiety problems, and this is something that, you know, comes from your very emotional, existential side. Okay, because this is like the face you have, and this is like a very strong power inside you that you are learning how to unfold, and you must learn how to unfold, because definitely you do have some, let's say, special powers and psychic abilities even. So it feels like you are just spreading, just opening up, and you're blocking yourself with dark thoughts sometimes, but you truly shouldn't hide that light and that special gift that you have. And it feels like you are in need of spiritual guidance, or at least you're always seeking for spiritual guidance, and you try to inform yourself and to learn about spirituality as much as possible. You can do great things in this life, but be careful not to get involved into black magic, okay? Because this is something that you have, that kind of the white and the dark side combined, fighting inside yourself, and this is actually making you very fatalistic and very attractive. Okay, you like fancy things. Okay, and this might shame you. So this is one of the examples when the dark and the white side might be fighting. Okay, so you truly like some certain things, and you at the same time feeling ashamed of them. So for instance, the luxurious things, or let's say luxury or the comfort, but then you try to put yourself down and say, no, I'm not worth of that, which is something that you have to fight with actually. And people either hate or love you. Okay, you always make an impression even without wanting it. So you know, you just, when you walk, you know, down the street, classroom, corridor, wherever you are, people always notice you, because they feel that power from you, and sometimes they are afraid of it, so it can cause them a negative, let's say, impression, and sometimes they just fall for it, that they secretly think about you day and night, and they can't fall asleep thinking about you, because you truly have that mysterious vibe around you, like unreachable, something undiscovered, something unique, something dark, and something that is not for everyone. So you are a rule breaker as well. You do not follow the trends or something that is up on fashion, you know, and you do have your own style, and you're very elegant as well, and you're always like feeling like you're living in a different era, and you're now stuck in this modern life, which is really hard for you, you know, to stay at your unique side, because, you know, it's so pushing, and this uniqueness is something actually so strong that you have, that people, they just they are either jealous of you or they just fall for you completely, like insanely. The passion that they have for you is something that they admire you in a bad way or a good way, doesn't matter. You always make an impression. You're the one who's always making a sign, and people are thinking about you. The words you say, the books you read, the music you listen to, probably they're very specific and rare and not like everybody else does, okay, in this life. Therefore you feel like closing yourself up and really trying to blend into society while hiding this side of yours. Well, actually you should really embrace it. But it's a moment, actually, I feel like it's a moment of growing, okay? Growing that awareness, that spirituality. You have to understand that you are not defected, you are very unique, and actually you are the one who brings more colors to this life, which has become very, very similar. People are becoming very similar to each other nowadays, more and more. So unique approach is something that you have, and this is only yours. So never let that, don't give up and never give that thing away, because this is only you. And definitely a very attractive person who believes in cycles of this life, and you are not afraid of that as well. And definitely a witch type of personality that you have, and traits and natural gifts. You should be, I believe that you should be interested in tarot or astrology, just understanding the future or past lives. Very likely to be interested in past lives and karmic relationships, and really understanding why we are here and what is out there. You truly believe in something, whether it's a religion or whether it's a kind of another natural belief, but you truly do believe that there is something else for you, and that you are with your own thing, okay? So this is kind of the feeling I'm getting. You're kind of a loner witch which has not found her or his community yet, and feels a little bit defended, in defense mode, if you know what I mean, trying to protect you from this world and from this, let's say, opinions of other people as well. So you're always trying to protect yourself, and it would be actually nice for you to find a spiritual teacher or a community where you could be into and not to feel so alone, because what you've got is something that you need to embrace and not hide, because you're very special. And definitely people are, they look at you definitely with eyes wide open, and they have feelings for you, either good or bad, but you trigger their interest. You're not like everyone else, not at all, and very intelligent, especially emotional. Intelligence is something strong you have, and spiritually awakening, if not awakened yet, awakening is a process that you're going to continue. Very special talents you've got there. Maybe dreaming, something like your dreams are very meaningful, and they always give you signs. Look for those signs. It's very important to you, because you're naturally born psychic, so don't hide that. It feels like it's just there but not yet coming out. So the cards, are telling you, to embrace that part, because this is very unique. Don't hide it ever, whether it's dark or white. Embrace it. Be careful not to fall for dark patterns, but, acknowledge them, meet them, and then go out to the light is something that is in your cycle, okay? Because this is how it works. Transformation, you are the transformation. Okay, so hopefully you will really realize and grow into that. So that was the answer for the ones that have chosen the pink agate. Okay, and this is the answer for the ones that have chosen this citrine stone. So who you really are and what are your special talents or traits. Let's see tarot first. So 8 of Swords, 2 of Wands, Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, 4 of Cups, and as for Oracle, we've got the horse and the dog. I will leave them there so you can see. Wow, so this is definitely an adventurous vagabond type of person. You always seek for something new. You get bored of things and people pretty easily, actually. You always need to be challenged and triggered. If the path in front of you is easy, you are not interested in it. You like competition, you like adventures, you seek for something risky even. Your mind goes hundreds of miles per hour, so sometimes for people it's hard to catch you or follow you. You really like to travel and discover places. So your motto in this life, you only live once. So you truly believe by that. You never stop and you value your freedom more than anything in this life. Like serious Sagittarius vibes, but could be any kind of fire energy here, doesn't matter. But truly adventurous spirit who just really wants to discover more and more, because you are unstoppable. When you have something in your mind, you do it at any cost. You take risks. You do crazy things people would not understand, but you just do that. Because for you, actually, any decision is better than no decision. So you are not that much into the actually long-term relationships, I feel like. You like to play around with people, make friends easily. So this is another thing that happens with you. You might have several partners or short-term relationships because, you do have that freedom that you truly value, and you will only share your freedom with someone who is the same as you. Someone who values his or her freedom the same way you do, and do not try to put your freedom away, or you will try to put the freedom away. So you're kind of a dreamer type of personality as well, and you're looking for another dreamer in your life, someone you could share your adventures, your trips, and you do not feel like, the relationship is chained. The relationship is a path which we choose to take together, but only that kind of trust of letting us be free while continuing this road can work for you, because you don't want to be restricted by anyone, actually, and you truly believe that the freedom is the answer in relationships. So that's why for you it's hard to make long-term relationships, because you just feel like people trying to stop you, and they're trying to impose their own life and visions and opinions on you, and you do not let that. Sometimes people think that you're kind of a child, because everything that you try or do, you take with a great joy, smile, like it was the first time. And actually, first-time experiences is something that really drives you and moves you. You live for experiments, you live for experiences. Your life is your university, because you believe that learning from experiences is the way of actually learning about this life, and you truly like to communicate with people. You like to understand what they are up to, what's their path. You're very acceptant. You truly accept different people that are following different, let's say, patterns of this life. So whether they are gay, lesbians, trans people, or radical political views, or such a lifestyle that everybody does not understand, but only you, and you accept that because you truly believe that you only live once, and this is your choice, this is your life, and you should live without a regret, because there is nothing worse for you. That would be nothing worse for you actually than at the end of your life realizing that you have missed those opportunities, because those opportunities doesn't matter. They can lead you to the end of the cliff or up to the mountain, but you want to see what scenario it is. So you're not afraid of taking those risks, because every experience is actually teaching you something. You do not need anyone to teach you. You need your own life to teach you, and this is something that you're doing, So you only will be with a person who truly accepts your way, and you're kind of like a dreamer as well, both of you. You will be, living with your own freedom while respecting each other, and this kind of union of constant adventures and trust in that freedom is something that you are looking for, and you really want to be with a vagabond, emotional at least vagabond person than you are. And traveling is something really big to you. You love travel, you change and you jump from job to job or to places, and for some people it might seem strange and unstable, but yes, this is your life, because you don't want to be stuck in a place or stuck with someone if there is nothing else for you there you can teach and learn from that experience. If you feel that life or a person is stopping you already, you just say, oh, no, this is not for me, I just go. And yeah, it might be that sometimes it's hard for you to basically commit to something, but it should be with a freedom. So you should look for a job or a partner with whom you can have your full freedom in decision making, in approach, something creative, probably something out of the box, because you are that kind of adventurous type of person and you take risks and you assume that risk. Okay, it works out, great. It doesn't, well, let's try again. This is kind of the feeling that I'm getting about you. So yeah, that boredom is something that sometimes you really have to tame and try to control, but I don't think that this is something from the cards, at least I don't think that this is something that is going to block you. You are just here, you're like a wind, and wind has to be free, and wind is actually something that everyone admires and wants to be, but they are just so scared of life and consequences, and you are not. And this is something that is very special about you, and this is something that is going to teach you so many great lessons, and your life is going to be worth living, definitely, because this life that you've got, that you've chosen, this path, is a path of opening eyes. It's a path of experience, and you truly believe that, yes, living once, I live once and I want to take the most out of it. So whatever price it takes, at least I try. And you really want a partner who thinks the same way, and your friends, they think the same way. So if they don't agree, then you feel like, okay, maybe we are not on the same path, maybe it's not maybe it's not worth continuing. And then for you it's okay, well, let's go and let's find other people, other places, other situations I want to be in. Yeah, so when you love unconditionally as well. This is something about you. Your love is free and it's unconditional. That's the thing. You truly fall in love with people's passion, freedom, and something that they are not belonging to anything or anyone. This is something that truly sparks that fire in you, and that love fire, and this is the same vice versa. People see that in you and they just flame, you know, they just want you to live in that and share that flame. So this is the only type actually with people who could accept you and you could accept, because you are definitely an adventurous vagabond, and this is something extremely powerful about you, and your experiences, they are just worth of writing a book, really, because you are that kind of person. So that was the answer for the ones that have chosen the citrine stone. Thank you very much for watching this channel, this video. You can watch my other videos, pick a card videos, and visit my website for personal readings available. Thank you very much, and see you in the next videos. Bye bye.